What is up and welcome to another edition of Worth a Watch with me, Anthony Flo. This is going to be my review for Let's Be Cops. You got the right to remain silent and enjoy this review. Oh yeah, I'm going to let that sink in for a second. It was a good joke, damn it. That would have been so much better edited. I had a much more different joke in mind, but regardless of that shit, where do you even begin? The main thing is, this movie made me laugh a lot and often, but unfortunately, like many other comedies, they just, this is one of those ones that unfortunately falls under the line of, it could be a bit forgettable. But before I even bother with any of the negativity stuff, the point is I laughed a lot and often throughout the film, and that is what a comedy should do. And if it doesn't let you do that, enjoy a good laugh or two, then it fails big time. And this was definitely not a failure. This was definitely very much enjoyable. I liked it a lot. I very much enjoyed Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr.'s chemistry on screen. They're both great on the TV show New Girl. I have not really followed it. The last season was kind of hit or miss for me personally, but especially since Damon Wayans Jr. returned to the cast of the show this past season, I believe. So regardless, I very much enjoy their chemistry on the little screen as well as the big screen. So that's good that it translated over to a movie, and that's one of the few things I was kind of wondering about. Although they play completely, give or take, no, they kind of play different characters. Either way, the point is they are 30-year-old guys that are just down on their luck in L.A. They had moved it to L.A. and they just ended up just realizing, you know what, when we're 30, if we're not making it, fuck it, let's move back home. And at the moment, I forgot where the fuck they were originally from. I think they said Ohio in the film. But anyways, they end up pretending to be cops for a costume party, but it turned out it was not a costume party. It was actually a masquerade ball, so they look like morons, but then they're like, fuck it, let's just pretend to be cops while we leave the party and stuff. And then the ladies come. Oh, they do come. And that's a fun scenario. And then just the power of being a cop, being able to tell people to just stop or halt or pull over people. All that little funny stuff you probably have seen in the trailers and a little bit more is legitimately funny. I laughed my ass off at some of those scenes where just just a handful of those scenes I recall were not in the trailer, thank God. And I very much enjoyed that whole good, give or take about a good 40 minutes of the first half of the film, because I think it's like an hour and 40 total. But I think that's where I guess my nitpicks come in. This felt, number one, very much like a sitcom situation. Felt like a thing that would go down in a comedy show like New Girl. I could honestly see this happening. Coach and I think his name is Nick in the show. Yeah. Either way, I could see them doing this in fucking New Girl. That's the only huge big problem I see, is that it feels like it wraps up like a cliched movie as well as a cliched just sitcom plot. And that's the unfortunate part about this movie. It feels very cliched by the end and how it wraps up, but there are some genuine twists I did not see coming, as well as an actor I was not anticipating to even be in the film. Like, I know he's famous, but he's not like fucking, I don't know, George Clooney or some shit, some crazy shit like that. No, but he added a good presence to the movie. I won't say who he is because, or what he's involved with, because there has been no advertisement of him whatsoever. So I'm assuming they're trying to keep it under wraps. So for those of you who care to see this movie, I won't spoil that for you. But the other two supporting players that are really funny, Keegan Michael Key from Key and Peele or Mad TV, and Rob Riggle as one of the other cops. And Keegan Michael Key plays just one of these gangsters they ended up catching and arresting so at some point in the film for one of their cases that they're trying to apprehend, these gangsters that are really messing up this little neighborhood. And from there we meet a love interest for Damon Wayans Jr. and she's involved in that whole gangster situation, and everything kind of escalates and shit gets real, and it's pretty funny. And how some of the buddy cop cliches are kind of made fun of here, as well as just how Jake Johnson and Damon Wayans Jr., their chemistry again, is just really funny to watch. And that's what makes this movie. In a buddy cop movie, let alone a comedy itself, if you cannot make me laugh or you don't let me enjoy your chemistry on screen, if it's a buddy cop movie like Lethal Weapon or a slew of hundreds of other ones like The Heat from last year, if you don't at least have good chemistry with your two main actors, then you're kind of fucked. But I'm here to tell you, they're awesome together, and it was very nice to see them on the big screen. I think they definitely deserved a movie like this, and I hope it does well. It's not the most original comedy by any means. It's not a great comedy, and but it's not awful. It's actually very funny. I laughed a lot. It's a good R-rated, funny comedy, and at the most, I definitely recommend it as a matinee. I don't recommend full price, but yeah, Rob Riggle was funny as well, and Keegan Michael Key. And the chick who played the love interest, she was fine. I have no idea who she is really, but not bad at all. Not bad to look at. And she was not a bad actress. I have no idea who she is though. I think she could have been in other films. I'm not sure. But anyways, aside from the cliched wrap up and sitcom feel to it, I very much enjoyed Let's Be Cops. It's a nice comedy to end the summer with. It's just very much kind of like in the middle, unfortunately. It could have been better, especially with some of the pacing of the film. It kind of got it into a, like many comedies could go through this, is go through a lull, where of course you don't laugh as much, but the setup of the story and yeah. That's all the points I really wanted to bring up. Overall, it's not a bad comedy, but it's not a great one. And you know, of course, I don't expect every comedy to be like a classic like Dumb and Dumber or Airplane or something like that. I just expect a comedy to make me laugh, and if it makes me laugh, I can recommend it. And I definitely recommend this at the very least of a matinee. If not, you can definitely rent it when it comes out on DVD or Blu-ray. So, yep, that's my review for Let's Be Cops. I hope you enjoyed it, and feel free to comment below if you've seen this film, and if you enjoyed it, disliked it, whatever. So, thanks again for watching. I'm Anthony Flores with Worth a Watch, and keep going to the movies.